Like the size of the front of the boat?
Monster pike are fascinating creatures, like sea monsters of the deep, only real. They push anglers to extreme destinations and tactics in search of the once-in-a-lifetime catch.
Whoa,
that looks better.
Hang on.
40 to 50-inch pike are unique.
Whoa.
Their habitat, diet, and overall attitude is different than smaller pike. Big toothy critters patrol grounds or hold court on structures like King of the Hill, where the best food is most easily attained, typically in cool water. Ambush cover, light penetration, barometric pressure, and wind all play a part too. On the presentation side, each season and situation calls for a different play. Dead bait, live bait, giant plastics, deep diving wood, salad slicers, it all gets used by serious pike heads. Although the pursuit of trophy pike can at times be a grind, the payoff is worth every minute. On today's Edge, Jeremy Smith and Mike Hehner deploy by float plane from Gangler's North Seal River Lodge and Outposts in northern Manitoba. The mission? Trophy pike.
Oh yeah, he's big.
Big?
Yeah. That was awesome. That thing bit like 4 times.
What?
Wow.
What
Wow,
a giant old war horse this thing is. Look at that guy, huh? That's a big girl there.
Closed captioning is provided by Smooth Moves, adjustable boat seat suspensions for a smoother ride.
Hey, we're up here at Gangler's Lodge in northern Manitoba. Truly an incredible Canadian experience. Gangler's not only has a beautiful main lodge behind us, but it's got outpost camps and it also has countless fly-in lakes. And that's what Mike Hehner and I are going to do today. We get to take advantage of some of the great fly-in opportunities that Gangler's provides. Today it's going to be for giant pike.
Yeah, and giant pike are harder and harder to find these days, especially down in the States. But if you want to get a really big pike, a pike of a lifetime, these are the lakes to come to. And some of these lakes maybe only see 1 or 2 groups a year on these lakes, so they're really untouched fisheries and a chance for a true trophy.
It's amazing. There's going to be big pike caught today, and Gangler's is also famous for giant lake trout, Arctic grayling, and of course there's walleyes even this far north. So Mike, we got quite the adventure.
Heck of a day.
Let's get on an otter.
You betcha.
If you've never been on a trip like this, you owe it to yourself to put it on the bucket list. Gangler's Lodge is at the end of the rainbow as far as high-end lodges go. It doesn't get much better than this. And they should know a thing or two. Wayne and Ken Gangler have been at this for over 30 years, making dreams come true. Everything about this place is top shelf. The food, the service, the lodging, and most of all, the fishing. Gangler's has a main lodge in Eganoff Lake. But what we're doing today is taking a float plane to a fly-in lake that has boats on it. The neat thing is, we've got the entire lake to ourselves, and it's full of big pike that are dumb and hungry. And there's a good chance some of these fish have never seen lures. Big? Oh, geez, look at the head on that thing.
It's not a bad one to
That's
start
a
out
big
the day
jack.
with.
Holy smokes. Wow, this is a monster.
Oh, it is kind of a big one,
It
isn't
is a monster, buddy.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Seriously.
I might scoop this one for you.
It's a real wide body.
Look at that thickness on its head.
Yeah, I think I made like 2 twitches with this thing. And
Whoa! That is a big fish. That's what you come up here for. The jumbo jacks. These things are not in a lot of places in the
holy
world.
mackerel, I didn't realize it was that good of a fish.
They're here. Wow. Dude.
It's a good
That is
starting
sweet. Let me
point.
get some tools. We just started. Good or not bad?
I think all right, but he's just, look at this thing.
Look at the head on that thing.
Oh, geez.
Wow. That's
It's a-
amazing.
It's a good first fish of the day.
It is.
Huh?
Yeah, you know, right now it's mid-June and the pike up here is still shallow. So they're done spawning at this point in time, but they're still hanging around these shallow bays. When you get in the true north, the cold water environments, the pike they spend a lot of time in these shallow, muddy bays. And you start fishing them. There's not a lot of cover or anything, but
What do you think of that one, huh?
That's awesome. Well, hopefully there's a lot more of those to come today.
All right, I'm gonna let this guy go. Look at that guy. All right. Yep.
Nice. That was so awesome, Mike.
The Boilermaker.
That fish wanted it, I'd say.
For 70 years, you've known us for our high-performance rods. Now, it's time to meet our machinery. 32 pairs of hands. Touch, craft, and test each St. Croix rod. Overkill? Not with our reputation on the line. St. Croix, the best rods on earth.
This is our livelihood. Our craft literally comes down to the nuts and bolts. We depend on quality, availability, and affordability to keep our businesses running so that we can keep your homes running, living rooms bright, and getting the tough jobs done. You can't duplicate the kind of care and quality that you get from Mills Fleet Farm. We are here for you, and Mills Fleet Farm is here for us.
Seafoam Motor Treatment congratulates Super Gas champ Jim Davis for winning the 2017 Lucas Oil NHRA Nationals. Help your engine run smoother and last longer with Seafoam Motor Treatment. Just pour it in. Seafoam Motor Treatment works to clean, lubricate, and protect your entire fuel system, no matter what moves you. Seafoam Motor Treatment is safe and easy to use. Make the proven choice. Seafoam Motor Treatment, available everywhere automotive products are sold.
There's no place like this.
Yes!
This segment is brought to you by Lund Boats, the ultimate fishing experience.
Yep.
Nice. That was so awesome, Mike.
The Boilermaker.
That fish wanted it, I'd say. Another big one. Holy
Not
cow.
bad, man. Real broad back. Come on. I think I can hand land this guy.
Hand land it?
Well, he's sort of.
Jeez, did he lunch that? Holy cow.
Gotta get turned around here. Bring him over. He's probably gonna tear me up once I do this.
I got that tool or that pliers is right behind
I'm
you.
gonna see if I can get my hand underneath him. Not so bad, huh?
I'd say.
Just average?
Yeah, just average.
Good. 3 degrees warmer and got some weed growth. So just, you could fish tons of different bays on this lake and there might be one that holds most of the fish. For whatever reason, this time of the year, that's the way they are. So far we're off to a good start, I would say.
You know, I've noticed that same thing, you know, not with pike, but bass, crappies, panfish. You see that in the spring where warm water is the key. And now back home where we're at, pike would already start to be out on offshore structures in Minnesota. A lot of fish have moved to the main lake stuff, but you get up here, these pike spend a lot of the year in the real shallow water, and man, oh man, it's really fun. It's super visual, and you gotta try it sometime.
Look what they did to my leader. It's like an accordion.
One of the most important tools you can have on the water anytime is, of course, electronics. And coming to a fly-in trip like this, electronics are absolutely huge. I've got a Helix 5. This is an ice unit that I've just got a deucer mounted on the back here. So not only does it give me depth, and a big thing right now this time of year is temperature, but also with the Zero Lines SD card I have in here, All these lakes in North America have an outline of all the land masses, so I can easily navigate this ultra-remote wilderness country, knowing where the land masses are, how to get back and forth, etc. The other thing is now too, this is a Generation 1 Helix 5, but the Generation 2 has Auto Chart Live, so you can in fact make your own map of the Canadian fishing lake that you go to. So don't leave home without bringing a portable electronics unit. You won't regret having it. Oh, he came back.
Tidal waving at
Oh.
it. Oh, he'll come back. Don't worry.
There, he got it again.
Does he?
Oh, he dropped it. It must be small. There, he got it.
Right next to
Oh.
Oh, not a bad one. That's actually a pretty good one.
Yeah. That was sweet. Just
Wow.
boom, boom, boom. That's where the plastics can shine so much, because you get to talk fish into biting it. You know, it's like they see the bait, they're so aggressive that I think there's so many that they just shoot up and dart at it, and they miss a lot of times. But if you just kill the bait, do nothing.
Wow. I'm gonna.
Dang.
You want me to net this one for you? You're gonna get him.
Oh, let's see if I can get him out of the motor.
That's a pretty
That is
tanky
a, that is a
fish.
big fish. Yeah, why don't you scoop him, bud?
All right.
That is a big one.
All right. I'm gonna scoop for you. Wow. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yep, that's a big boy.
Nope, he did not want to come in. We'll just swing him around. No need to panic.
There we go.
Wow. Wow.
Hip, hip, hooray.
Wow. Wow.
Check this
Jack up.
Wow.
That's a beaut.
Another
That is a
giant, giant pike. I mean, this is such a cool opportunity. I can't get over how fun this is. And there's really a handful of equipment that you need to have on a trip like this. You can't bring a lot of stuff up here, so you got to have the right stuff. So I'll share with you the gear that Mike and I brought on a trip to Ganglers. For shallow water fishing up here, this is a list of the stuff we bring. For hard baits, the X-Wrap in a size 12 is extremely versatile. I've caught countless big jacks on this bait in Canada. The suspending nature of the bait is simply deadly. Spoons are a mainstay up here. They have flash and vibration, and you can cover a lot of water quickly with them. Spoons have probably caught more pike and trout in Canada than any other lure. An overlooked spoon we've had great luck with is the Pet Spoon. Spinners are another must-have. It's pretty tough to beat the size 6 Vibrex Super Boo. And if you're fishing heavy cover, a Terminator T1 original titanium spinnerbait in a 1/2 ounce is a beauty. Now for the plastic, perhaps the most deadly presentation of all. You don't need to get carried away with high-end plastics. You go through a ton of them, you just need to provide a profile and hang time. The Big Bite Baits 5 and 6 inch shad is cheap and awesome. White's the only color you need. A big tube is another great bait. Mike was throwing the 6 inch Big Bite salt tube. A good hook is of course a huge part of this system. Grab a handful of VMC heavy duty weighted swimbait hooks in 6 or 7/0 sizes, and we like them in a 1/4 ounce. If you don't want the weight, simply clip it off. The whole key to this system is the hang time. Baits that move too fast often don't trigger as many strikes as baits you can let hang in their face. It's incredibly fun tricking the fish into biting, and if you miss one, they come right back at it and bite it again. Trust me, I've done a lot of fishing up here, and I would never hit the water in these conditions without this system tied up. A couple other things to keep in mind. Grab some snaps, some swivels, of course some titanium or wire for leaders, and tools. Be sure to have a jaw spreader, a long needle nose pliers, hook cutter, hook file, and scissors. There, he just grabbed it again. Oh!
Is he right there?
He's right there, yeah.
Well, I can see your bait.
Oh yeah, he's big.
Big?
Yeah. That was awesome. That thing bit like 4 times.
Wow. That's great.
That is awesome, man, oh man. It's a really good way to work on your skills and how do I trigger a fish into biting. And you know, there's so many presentations that you can use up here to catch pike. But a couple of my favorite ones, definitely, especially when it's early and cold like this, have to be soft plastics and jerk baits. Baits that you can pause and give direction changes to. That's a really, really, really big deal. Look at this fish. Look at that guy.
Wow.
I mean, this is a trip of a lifetime.
Hope he's on it again. There we go.
Oh, maybe it's not as big as...
Well, it's swimming at me.
Jeez, oh, it's big.
Not bad.
Another tanker. Wow, another tank, Mike. Holy cow, is this hot. Jeepers, I'm gonna...
Wow, he's just ripping around.
He's towing us around.
I got one!
Lund Boats has two smoking deals for making memories this summer. Lund's 1650 Rebel XS is an incredible boat at an incredible price. This boat is filled with features like side and center rod lockers, aerated live well, and a heavy-duty trailer with fold-away tongue. Add the optional flip-up seating and ski pylon for family fun. Or choose Lund's 1625 Fury XL. It has all the fish-catching features you'd expect from Lund at a jaw-dropping price. For more information and a free catalog, go to lundboats.com.
Let us make this absolutely clear. The days of wasted casts and missed opportunities are over. New Mega Imaging takes fishing into the megahertz range for the first time, because higher frequency sonar means higher frequency of this. Without a doubt, it's the most detailed picture of the world below ever. And it's only from Humminbird.
The Edge is presented by these and other fine sponsors.
It's a hot scene, man, in the shallow water.
You want a net on him, or are you going to hand land
I can
him?
hand land him.
All right.
It's definitely nice. We've got a little Stowmaster that's easy to pack in the plane or do whatever, but you end up going through so many of these fish in a day. With that single hook, if it's outside like this, pretty darn easy just to grab them.
You got your pants full there, or are you good?
I'll be able to get them. Wow,
Right.
that's bigger than I thought.
Yeah, it was. Well, that's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
That's
Look
what
at that,
I was-
huh?
Just another.
Another beautiful pike, man. This guy go. Oh, you're beautiful, buddy. Woo! The gear that Mike and I are using is essentially bass tackle. So there's a couple lengths and actions of rod that we pack for this. One is the 7'4" heavy fast action. St. Croix makes this. This happens to be a Legend Extreme. And then I've got those spooled with, this is a Tatula Type HD size 200, 50-pound braid. And then we use a little shank of titanium wire leader. This stuff holds up great. And then the other rod and reel I bring is a 711 heavy moderate fast. Those two sticks for pike, you can cover just about anything you want to cover, whether it's, you know, fishing in heavy grass, if you're fishing some offshore stuff, jerk baits, top waters, soft plastics like this, you got it covered. A couple sticks for heavy bass fishing and you're gonna have a hoot catching big jacks.
It's the middle of June, and like down where we live, pike would be out deep off the weed lines. Biologists consider pike to be a cool water species, which means that they don't tolerate really warm water. So, you know, muskies, you can get them in 80-degree water, but pike, on the other hand, a big northern pike like these big ones we're catching, you won't find them in water over 70 degrees, and typically they're, you know, they prefer 55 to 65, and we have low to mid 50s up in here, so it seems shallow and it seems warm, but the water temperature is really actually cool, and they thrive in this stuff. Then, so come August, this bay here might get up to 65, pushing 70, so then the bigger pike will push out, and the guys here say they'll find them at the mouths of the bay and out into the lake where there might be some weed beds and they're in deeper water. So they want to stay in that cooler water, that 55 to 65 degree water, but you'll still catch the little guys, like the 2 to up to 6-8 pounders will be in they can handle the warmer water, but the big females will just be out. So kind of a neat time of the year to be up here catching these fish because you're catching big fish in shallow water.
Oh, look at that, Boyle. Whoa, 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 whoa.
That's
Wow, this is the big.
Is this the biggest yet?
There's like several of them out there too. This is huge, Mike.
Is it a huge one?
I think it's a huge one. I haven't got a great look at it. Oh, yeah, it's big. It's not. It's not 50 inches, but that's
oh,
big.
Oh man,
that's a big
just
fish.
Another wide body.
Man, those things are tanks. They're just tanks.
The word thick comes to mind.
Oh, they're just amazing. Oh, I got them.
We're
anchored.
anchored.
Sitting in one spot, just anchored. How many places can you go where you can just drop an anchor, shoot a TV show from an anchor position, and catch fish like this? I mean, this is big fish heaven. This is amazing. I'd be jacked to be catching muskies this big, and they're jacks.
Jacks just don't get the respect they deserve, do they?
They don't. Oh, I can't get my hand around this one's head, really. Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh, wow. What do you see this thing? Huh?
Just yet another gigantor.
Another giganto. Unbelievable. I mean, it's every cast right now. Fish like this.
And that's all we need. We need next quarter so that we can respond to everyone.
Yeah? Stop working right now! Look outside. Is this spreadsheet weather? No, it's not. This is fishing weather. So stop clicking, get out there, and catch a bass. Stop what you're doing and start fishing Rapala ripstop.
Auto stow and deploy, power trim, and your choice of iPilot or iPilot Link. Ulterra from Minn Kota. We can't believe it either.
Can't get enough Angling Edge? Wish you could learn more than you saw on TV? You can. Angling Edge DVDs dive deep into fish catching techniques that couldn't fit on air. It's like extra innings or overtime of Angling Edge. Choose from dozens of titles featuring your favorite freshwater fish. Purchase 5 DVDs at the incredible low price of $25. That's 5 DVDs for just $25. Purchase 2 sets and get free shipping too. Visit anglingedge.com to place your order.
Yeah, Lindner here for Angling Buzz.
I'm Tony Roach.
Ray Rostow.
Lee Talkin here.
Brad Durick up here on the Red River.
Muskegon River.
Leech Lake.
Devil's Lake.
Beautiful Lake Vermilion.
Topwater's been really fun.
Go to the plastics.
Bass like this.
A lot of wallies like that.
Giant bluegills.
From Sturgeon Bay.
Lake Sakakawea. Lake Winnie region.
Northern Wisconsin. Good luck, everybody.
Have fun.
Check us out on the web.
Current up-to-date fishing info from the best anglers in the Midwest. Learn from the pros at anglingbuzz.com.
The Edge is presented by these and other fine sponsors.
There he grabbed it. Look at that. Oh.
Whoa, Mikey. Oh.
There goes Mikey. Whoa. Whoa.
Holy smokes.
That was like right next to the boat.
That was right next to the boat. I gotta net that thing. Holy mackerel. They're all over it here.
I underestimated the size of this one.
Just saw it sitting there and just smoked.
Wow. You're
That's
gonna
what you call hot action.
You're gonna like the size of this one.
I already like the size of this one.
Holy cow.
This is one of the biggest fish we've had.
Wow. And I watched them bite it too. Sweet.
How great is that, buddy? Whoa.
Whoa. What?
Wow.
What
wow,
a giant old war horse this thing is. Look at that guy,
fat
huh?
pig.
That's a big girl there. Like Jeremy said earlier, you owe it to yourself to come up here if you want to catch trophy pike, especially like fish like this. This is like some of the most incredible fishing I've been involved in.
So visual, so fun.
Wow.
You know, a couple weeks ago, I was at a funeral for a very close friend of mine. And over the years, his family and our family were extremely close. And we've had an opportunity to work together in the beginning of our careers on a lot of different kind of projects, and they were very, very successful. He and his family tended to go into the sales marketing end of the fishing tackle industry, and my family, we kind of moved more into the media end of the sport fishing community. Yet we've been in close contact pretty much all our lives. Ron's sons have fished tournaments with his sons and still do, and we've kept close contact. And at his passing, the family gave me a call and asked me if I would share some things, and I was really blessed by that. And just to give you a little background on my friend, he is not what you would consider a religious person. Yet, like many people, he was sensitive to the things of God. And in his latter years, he was dealing with some health issues, some serious health issues. And a lot of times we'd get on the phone together, I would talk to him, he'd talk to me, and we'd always talk about fishing first. And then the family and the kids and the husbands and wives, how's everybody doing, da-da-da. And every once in a while, the conversation would lead into the things of the Lord. And I was really happy that he respected and knew that my faith was an important part of my life, and he felt comfortable talking to me about it. And you know, the things we chatted about, one of them, and I remember distinctly, he asked me about the Bible, and he had some basic understanding about the Bible, like many people do. And he said, Al, there's a lot of it I don't understand. And I said, hey, don't worry, but there's a lot that I don't understand, but there's a lot that I do understand. And the basic premise of it is really simple. And I'll tell you exactly what I told him, and I've shared this with many people that said, what does all of this mean? This book is this thick, beginning to end. What does it all mean? Simple to me. And as I shared with my friend, I said, this is the story that God is sharing with you. He's telling you how much he loves you, cares about you, wants to spend eternity with you. That's why he sent his son Jesus to die for the sins of mankind. And a confession of faith in him as Lord and Savior opens up the gates of heaven. That's what this whole thing is about in Al's very simple definition. Now, Ted was a smart man. He had a lot of street savvy. When I shared that with him, you know, he knew a good deal when he seen and heard a good deal. And he says, Al, I'm all in, man. What do we do? And I prayed together with him a number of times through his latter years, and particularly when he was dealing with a lot of health issues. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, because of the promises in this book, he's fishing in heaven right now. I'm convinced of that. And I just considered it a real blessing to be a part of his life and a friendship that we had together all these years. I had to share that with you. From all of us here at The Edge, you have a good fishing season, and we'll see you on the water.
Hey, I want to take a moment to thank you for watching. And if you really like what you see, we got a whole lot more. So check us out at any one of these online outlets. You know, in fishing, there are good days and there are great days. Time is just a wink from the Almighty. We plan, target, rig, and play the game like everyone else.